FutureObitz. Andito ako ngayon kasama si Obitz. Ayan, si FutureObitz. Galing pa siya ng Denmark. You have to watch this video. Yung mga strategies, mga signals.
I really remembered that moment and I was like, this is what I want to do. And they're fighting. It's like a war going on, like you're talking war, right? So it's like your phone, you pick it up and you dial the number. You remember those phones? I was selling those phones on the street, like just knocking the door, be like, hey, do you want to buy this phone? And trust me, I've been there. I've lost like $65,000 in the first 3 years of my trading journey.
That's big. I wanna know how you handle your situation before, your challenges, especially those losing trades that you mentioned, and how did you overcome it?
I can't do this. It's not gonna work. Oh my God, I'm losing all my money.
So, brother, FutureObitz, welcome to the Philippines, brother.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, guys, me personally, I follow you on Telegram, on YouTube, on TikTok because of your strategy, okay? It's very unique, no? I want to learn from this guy. Brother, how did you start trading?
I think it was back like when I was 18 years old. I was thinking I didn't have a lot of money. I didn't come from a rich family or anything like that. So I was just tired, at working at the supermarket. Like I actually became like a trader very early. I know some people, they learn it like very late, but already at the age of 18, I was introduced to crypto and the crypto space.
Oh, you started crypto?
Yeah, the crypto was the first thing that I did. My friend, you probably have heard about it, like network marketing, affiliate marketing. Like my friend Christian, he invited me to this event, and actually it was through one of his friends, Josephine. And they took me to this event where they talked about like crypto, and they talked about like trading, and they talked about like how you can be financial free. There was just something from that event. I really remembered that moment, and I was like, this is what I want to do.
Yep.
I want to get into this space. Do you know, I actually started out selling wire telephones. Like you had like it's called fastnet in Danish. So it's like your phone, you pick it up and you dial the number. You remember those phones?
Yeah.
I was selling those phones on the street, like just knocking the door, be like, hey, do you want to buy this phone? Like there was the network marketing back then. I was just like, if you sell like 5 of those phones, you will get like some kind of commission.
I think that's a very long time because that was a dial-up phone, right? But yeah, so you started doing sales, and then you have the urge to, you really want to be, of course, financially free, and the opportunity that came up is crypto.
Crypto, yeah. My friend taught me about like crypto, the crypto space, and I went online and I searched everything I could and learned about Bitcoin, and I learned about like Ethereum, and I learned about like there's something called Forex, and with Forex you can make money whenever you are traveling and whenever like the different currency are going up and down. It's like, for me it was mind blown, because when I go from Denmark to USA, for example, when I return to Denmark, maybe the currency is not the same in Denmark as it used to be, and also in USA. So maybe the dollar goes up and down all the time, right? There was a point where the dollar was bigger than the euro, and that's actually crazy. I just thought that was fascinating. So if I could make money whenever the market was going up or down, for me it was mind blowing. So I wanted to make my own strategy. So I was looking at, okay, how can I get into this and really, really understand it? So I saw there was like, okay, every single time a candle closes, and just to, so people understand, when a candle closes, that's when the market is opening and closing. That's called a candle, right? You have the body candle, and then you have the wick. The wick is gonna be the highest price of the day, and you have a wick here, and that's the lowest price of the day, right? So when the candle opens and closes, there is a wick on top and on the bottom. So I was like, oh, every single time we have that wick, that's when I can make money. So I was just looking for every single day where the lowest wick was and where the top wick was. And I was like, nobody's talking about this. Everybody's talking about order blocks, ICT, smart money concepts and everything. But if you just try to find like the lowest wick and the highest wick of the day, you can make money on that. And if you do it on the monthly or the weekly, you can do it on the monthly and the weekly. So I just do the same thing as I do with crypto. I hodl. I hold the money for a long time. That makes me the first million in crypto and also in Forex. And I use that money to invest into other assets.
Okay, so that's the time that you diversify your assets.
Yes.
Oh,
Took me 4 years. 4 years.
So what I noticed, guys, you really studied SMC, ICT. So it took a long time. Like me, guys, it's very hard for me to learn it because it's kind of complicated. I started learning, brother, like the basics, the indicators, the MACD, the basics of trading.
Yeah.
And then along the way, so I search about advanced tradings. That's the time that I learned ICT, order blocks, SMC.
Yeah.
But I notice it's a different strategy. So that's what I'm talking about, guys. Yes, you can study all strategies, but sometimes you have to find your own strategy. That's what happened to you.
That's really good advice. Yeah. I believe like everybody should find their own strategy. And even if people are learning from me, in the end, what I want, I know my students, what I want for them is that they learn from me. But they're not just duplicating me, but they're also making their own strategy. Because my strategy might not work for you.
Yeah.
It might not work for you. It might not work for a random person. Yeah. But it might work for somebody, and then that person can develop a strategy from that strategy, so they can become financially secure in their own way. Because you know, if you just try to copy what I do, you might like understand what I'm seeing, but you might not win all the time because you don't understand what my goal is with that trade. Or am I selling now? Am I buying now? I'm looking for a Favis again. Am I looking for order block? Or am I just waiting for the next day because then I know, oh, there's news. And then the next thing is gonna happen. So you might see like, oh, why is he selling when I'm buying? But I can take this trade for a scalp. It just doesn't work when you're just copying people. Like you need to understand what you're doing.
It's good that you copy first. If you don't have time, of course, you can enter you can join his group. But you really have to know how to do it. Not just by copying the signals, right?
Yeah.
Because you also do live, right? Live.
I have my own Telegram channel where I put my signals and then people can follow those signals. But also I provide live streams where people can watch me. They can, dance with me, sing with me. You've seen some of it, but it can be sometimes very funny.
Guys, search FutureObitz. The spelling is future, of course, and then OBITZ. Obitz, FutureObitz. So sa TikTok, YouTube, Telegram, it's better if you join him because he's really an amazing trader. Let's talk about your strategy, especially those who you are trading. How do you start?
First of all, you need to understand that the market will always go up and down.
Yeah.
But it is a repetition. It is a repetition all the time. You will see it. If you look at the market, you have the green candles. That means bullish, the market is going up. You have the red candles, it's bearish, the market is going down. But what you will often see is that the market is doing repetition. It's like you see the same thing over and over again. There's something going up, there's something going down. So you notice that at some point the markets just shift and go up. That's when you have support and resistance. And you need to understand what support and resistance is. It's where there is a lot of buyers and sellers coming in at the same time, and they're fighting. It's like a war going on, like you're talking war, right?
Yep.
And it's just they're fighting to see like who's gonna win the currency. Like, are we gonna be like bullish? Or are we gonna be bearish? So once you have your support, is when we're going up. Okay, the bull people, they're gonna be much stronger. All the people who are buying, they're gonna take over the market. When you hit the resistance on top, that's when the sellers are becoming stronger and the sellers is taking over the market. So you need to identify the support and the resistance. And how you do that is by finding order blocks. So as you mentioned before, order blocks, what that is, basically just two candles lining up in order, just next to each other. Maybe there's a little wick, maybe there's a little wick on top, maybe there's a little wick on the bottom, but mostly they're equally big, right? It can be like they're different kind of order blocks, but when you see it, it's like when you have these two candles and then the market goes opposite. So coming down, slowly coming down, then you have an order block and then you go up. That's your support. And then when the market goes up, you have the same 2 candles again, and then boom, the market goes down. That's your support and resistance. So once you have the support and resistance, you know your area of interest, right? That's the area where you're trading, where you're trying to find out, okay, are we going up or are we going down? And then you can either scalp, short-term trading, and it's basically just, you're not trading for long term, you're just getting into the market and out again really, really quickly. So you can buy the support or you can sell the resistance.
Usually, what time frame do you look at? Depends on your strategy if you're gonna scalp or if you're gonna do it for long term.
I look at all time frames.
All time frames.
All time frames. Because I see people looking at the 5 minute, the 15 minute, and the 1 hour because they want to do scalp. But what they don't understand is that there's just been some news on the 4 hour, right? And that is creating that bottom wick that we talked about like in the beginning, right? There'll be a candle, there'll be a bottom wick, and maybe that bottom wick is creating support to go up. But they're selling because they see on the lower time frame it's going down. People get confused and be like, but I see it's red candle, it's going down, the market's going down, why isn't it working? And people get frustrated because they don't understand it. But it's very simple. The market has a structure and the market will always go up or down. But you need to look at all time frames to understand where the market is going. Because you only look at the lower time frames, you're gonna lose so much money. And trust me, I've been there. I've lost like $65,000 in the first 3 years of my trading journey. So
That's big.
It took me 4 years to understand the basics of trading because I had no mentor. Like it was just me and my computer.
Most of my friends, especially the pro traders, they've been to big challenges in their lives, especially losing trades. So it's part of the journey, right?
Always.
These are the skills that, we will project. Let's talk about the mindset because, here in trading psychology is very important.
Yeah.
Right? And the mindset. So what can you say about it? I want to know how you handle your situation before, your challenges, especially those losing trades that you mentioned, and how did you overcome it?
So as you know, trading is 80% mindset and only 20% skill. That means everybody can do it. Everybody can learn to trade. But the difference between you and I, or somebody who's really good at trading and somebody who's not so good at trading, is can you overcome all these obstacles in your head saying, I can't do this, it's not gonna work, oh my god, I'm losing all my money. There will come all these voices inside your head telling you that you're not good enough. Maybe it's coming from your childhood. Maybe it's coming from, your parents or your brothers. Maybe you were bullied, like somebody saying like, you can never become what you want. You say like, I want to become an astronaut. You can't do it. Your brothers and your parents, your cousins, they're all saying you can't do it. But of course you can do it. You just gotta stick to your strategy. You just gotta stick to your plan and overcome it. And you say, it's not easy to overcome it. For me, it's easy because every single morning I look at myself in the mirror and I tell myself, I'm good enough.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You need to find a way for you to understand the world is how the world is. It's not going to be better unless you do something about it. So if you're in a situation and you want to change those circumstances, you need to get out of that situation. And how do you do that? You see yourself, you vision yourself being more wealthy or have a happier life or have a happy family or whatever you want. If you want to travel, if you want to have more time.
You have to believe it.
You have to believe it.
Yeah.
People use vision boards. People use like repetition. People use like mantra, yoga, every different kind of things.
That's
right?
important, guys.
That's important.
Very important.
Every time you have a struggle, every time you have an obstacle, then think about, why did this happen? Analyze it. Like with trading, you have to analyze the situation and be like, how can I be better? How can I become better? A better version of yourself.
Yeah. It's very important to make your vision board because you really have to believe. Make your dream board, believe in it, and then do something about it.
Human psychology. The most important thing is that you can change your mind, right? Your brain is like the motor on, your car, right? You can make it better. You can train yourself to become better. If people are feeling they are missing out, they might do something impulsive. They might start a trade out of the sudden and then lose all their money. Me and my signals groups, like I tell them to buy and they're like, oh, but I can sell first, right? No. You need to understand the bigger picture.
And of course, the discipline is very important.
Discipline.
Because sometimes when you guys follow sa signals ni FutureObitz, you see that, okay, you have like 8 wins already, consecutive wins, but people, you know, it's human nature to add the lot size, which is greed,
yeah,
which is very dangerous. Because sometimes you win, so your lot size is consistent, no, and then suddenly you want to increase your lot size like 5 to 10 lot size, and then that one trade, yung pa yung losing trade.
Yeah.
So that's very dangerous. That's why discipline is very important.
And that's the thing as well. Like when I trade, I always use the same amount of lot size and the same amount of trades. So I'm gonna be quite frankly honest with you here. Like I use 40 trades of 0.15 every single time I take a huge trade. That's what I do. And what I then do is I simply go to TP1, and instead of closing all the trades and be like, I'm done, then I'm just moving my stop loss and closing partially of that trade. And you know that from my strategy as well. So the 0.15 becomes 0.1. The 0.1 becomes 0.05, etc. And then when you hit TP3, TP4, TP5, you're gonna make money all the way, and because you move the stop loss, now you are risk-free. And that's so important because there are so many people who get so greedy and be like, Obitz, can I take another trade? Obitz, can I add more lot size? You already won 4 trades. Why would you keep going? You're just gonna do something impulsive. You're gonna do something stupid.
You will not give signals unless there's an opportunity.
No.
Some traders, they don't adjust their stop loss, so it's a win already.
99% of all traders, what they do, they take 10 pips, 20 pips, 30 pips. They have like a TP1 and a TP2. Only 2 TPs. They take the trade, they go a little bit up, hit TP1, they move the stop loss, and then they hit TP2, and that's the trade. They're done. They're finished. They make maybe $10, $20, $30, something like that. And some people who has like bigger lot size, of course, they can do like $100, $1,000. But can you imagine if they move the stop loss to where the market is not going to go anymore? Then it will never come back, and you can just keep moving your stop loss. So basically, my trading strategy, the biggest lesson I can give you is that move your stop loss after you know that you're not going to return. Because if you hit TP1 and you just be like, okay, I'm going to move my stop loss to, you know, to entry. But then you see there's a value gap right where you entered. Of course it's going to come back and fill that value gap, because that's where all the buyers and sellers are fighting. Again, you know, remember with the support and resistance? Support and resistance is actually found in most value gaps, because that's when the market is going to turn. So what the value gaps is teaching you is that the market will always return. So guys, whenever you see a value gap, do not close your trade before you're sure that that value gap has been filled. All right? Because if they do, they're just gonna come up TP1 and then come back again and then lose the money. And it's just like you go nowhere, right? And that's why I keep making money, because I'm not buying the support and resistance or selling the support and resistance. I am buying and selling the liquidity where the banks are getting in as well, right? And that's why I'm trying to find what we call liquidity graph. When we're coming down to take out all those stop losses, you're gonna see, oh, there's a lot of support here. We're gonna buy now. And then Obitz is gonna wait until you get all this liquidity and take all these stop losses and be like, get out of here, man, and then just take that money.
The traders will say, oh, the market is attacking me.
But really, what's happening? The market doesn't care about you. People are coming up with all these excuses. They're saying like, oh, the market is attacking me. The banks are after me. They're taking my money. This is a scam and everything. It's not a scam. It's like the most natural thing. It's like just there's support and resistance. You just gotta wait until the support is taken out. You have a liquidity graph coming up again. Move your stop loss to that support and then take it up to the next value gap. Wait until it comes down again. Up towards the next value gap, and then move your stop loss again.
Your lot size is 0.15.
0.15 every single time.
Every single time, because sometimes when he gives signals, I always do 5 lots. So don't copy me. So brother, thank you so much for your time. And
go and follow all Marvin's social medias. Like, he's amazing. Like, I gotta be honest with you guys. I came here and it was just like we just had a flow. Like, it was it feels very natural, right?
I was fascinated by his strategy, and I told him I really want to learn your strategy.
Check me out on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Telegram, FutureObitz all around. Keep it simple.